What's up, guys? Vinny here, bringing you the meta midfielders at all different price ranges. I know a lot of people have been waiting for this. This is like episode 6 of the Futchampsguide. I've done like a load of squad builders, but now we get on to the midfielders. I took way too long to bring this one out, and then the attackers will be out, I believe, Thursday or Friday, all depending on when I upload it. Due to I am in Romania this week. So we'll see when that does come out. But let's get into the players, right? So when I think of midfielders, I've got more of the CDM and centre mid roles. I don't really like to put in the cams. I feel like that's more of an attacking precision. You're probably going to use a cam either on the wingers, like wing spots, or more of an advanced role. So for me, midfielders is more CDMs and centre mids, but we'll get into it. We got don't worry about which version I've got. Like the worst version of them, like, because I've got some Champions League cards. Because I was literally just picking the players who looked good, and sadly it was the Champions League cards instead of me trying to find the lower versions and whatnot. Let's start it with Goretzka, centre mid. High, 4-star, weak foot, load of pace about him, 6'2". He's just a monster, honestly. This guy is going to bring you a lot of joy. As I mentioned in previous squad builders, I put him quite often with both in because of the hyperlink. Very good player. Thomas Partey, I think he's probably one of the better CDMs you can get from the BBVA. High, 6'1". This is his inform card. I do recommend actually getting his inform card over his normal. His stats are a lot better. I think he'll give you a good player in CDM. I think you could partner him quite well with somebody more agile, as he's quite a tanky sort of player. Talisca in form, I would say if you're using like a narrow formation and you want like a left centre mid or a right centre mid, this might be your guy. 6'3", high medium, left footed, 4-star skills, 4-star weak foot, very all-rounded stats. Only problem is trying to probably get him into teams due to his league and his nationality. His nationality ain't too bad, but obviously the league being that, unless you put in Hulk in your team for whatever reason, it's going to be quite hard to link him. Rabiot, another great French League 1 centre mid. Probably your best French League 1 centre mid, even though you've got like players like Verratti and whatnot. I do think this guy is probably your best option in centre mid from the French League 1. You see quite often people use Neymar and Mbappe as a right forward, left forward in a 4-3-2-1, and then Rabiot centre mid, linking it all together. Sorry, I just had a drink. Got no idea how to say this guy's name, but he's 6'2", medium high, French, and this is a foot swap deal. I think you have to put in like 4 players, and he looks very fucking solid, very, very solid. I think put a shadow on him. This guy's going to be a monster. Do recommend getting him with his foot swap deals unless you're trying to save for one of obviously the big players. Fred, another guy who I've mentioned in a narrow, is probably one of your better options in like a free midfielder formations for a cheap price. He's very good. Load of pace about him. Very like nippy, agile, 4-star skills. Very good player. Alan more on the defensive side compared to Fred, who's more of the attacking side. Medium high, 76 pace, good defending. 4-star skills for a CDM I think is also very useful. Get yourself out of tight situations with just maybe the new Iniesta skill move, where you press L1 on a ball roll sort of animation. Daniel Waz, very good player. Very all-rounded, never 4-star skiller. This guy will be partnered very well with another guy who's in this video, who I will mention is Kondobia. I think if you get them two, obviously have a strong link together. Very solid partnership in a midfield, like a centre mid option or a CDM, wherever you may play them. Seri, this is more of a cheaper option. Very all-rounded, a little bit small, but he is very all-rounded stats. If you're looking at the cheaper teams, you could probably link him into Wilfried Zaha, obviously another Ivory Coast player in the Premier League. Witsel, this is more the Bundesliga side. Maybe him and Goretzka could be a great partnership. Both of them be very tall. they've all got 4-star skills. I didn't even realise that everyone's got 4-star skills. It's crazy. But yeah, very, very solid. These players I'm showing are more on the cheaper side compared to what I'll show later on. But we got Kondogbia, as I mentioned, very like a beast, man. This guy's a beast. Him and Waz would be unreal together. Very good for his price. A little bit more on the expensive side is the Inform Wijnaldum. I haven't used him, but from what I can see on his card, he looks very good. Gives you a bit of everything. This would be a player you would use in the narrow, I would say, not a full as a two-man midfielder, just because I think he might get a little bit lost, as some say, lost in the sauce. You know what I mean? We've got Saul. You can maybe link him with Party. Medium high, 4-star weak foot, left-footed. Play him on the left, Party on the right. You got a very solid defense there. But obviously, I probably would say players like Kondogbia and actually probably just Kondogbia is better than Saul. Dembele, another great option from the Premier League. 2-star weak foot, 4-star skills, 6'1". Always good on FIFA for me. He's always just a tank when it comes to it. He's very good in like the 50-50 duels. Very physical, good on the ball. As you see with the 88 dribble, which is kind of I was gonna say kind of good. It's really good for a really. Oh my God, I keep saying really. Jesus. For a 6'1" CDM. So yeah. Then we got Dele Alli. Obviously, his Tottenham partnership. 6'2", 4-star skills. I would say narrow for him, but I also do feel like I keep switching off by mistake. I do think he would be a great option as a 2 in a 2 because he's very tall. He can bring the ball forward and he wouldn't be too bad as an option. Fabinho for me, one of the greatest CDMs this year. Honestly, better than some of these icons CDMs I have used. Definitely recommend him. Tall, physical, just a beast really all round. Easy to link because of the Premier League and whatnot. Then we've got Matuidi, high. Serie A option for you. Very pacey. He's kind of like a taller Kante, but obviously not as good defensively. But Matuidi's very good at bringing the ball forward. The only problem is obviously the 2-star skills and the 2-star weak foot. You're not really getting much out of him. For me, we got Nainggolan. I'm going crazy here. I'm not gonna lie, the way I'm speaking and whatnot. But we got Nainggolan, 3-star skills, 3-star weak foot, high, 5'9". It's actually in my current team right now. I think he's a great player this year. Like a little brute, honestly. He plays exactly how he plays in real life. His quality, his shot is crazy. It says 79, but why does it keep switching? I feel like I'm not even switching. What's his shot? Shot power 84. Well, actually, that should be higher. I don't know why it's. Oh, it's because team cam. So he has like. Oh no, that is his stats, and then you take away 5, I think. Yeah. But his shot power and long shot's crazy. I scored a crazy goal with him in Futchamps this weekend. Hamsik, 5-star weak foot, 3-star skills. He's okay. I thought I'd chuck him in because I feel like the Serie A options, you're limited to 3 players really, which I've just shown. And I thought you'd get a bit of 5-star weak foot. Now you can't go wrong with a 5-star weak foot midfielder. Now we're getting into the big guys. The 2 non-icon players I think are the best for your money. We got Paul Pogba, 4-star skills, 5-star skills, 4-star weak foot. Sorry, I said that completely wrong. 6'3". My only problem with him is his work rate is the high-low. I feel like sometimes he's a little bit lazy tracking back. But his quality is Paul Pogba. He's a beast. You can't get the ball off him sometimes. So yeah. Then his partner in crime really, Kante. He'll do the dirty work for Pogba. If Pogba doesn't want to do it, you obviously know Kante's going to be wanting to do it. So yeah, great partnership. 5'6", medium high. Great player. Modric. This is more on the expensive side in the BBVA. High. I would use him in a narrow. I wouldn't use him in a 4-2-3-1. I feel like he'd be a little bit lost. In the narrow formation, though, as one of the centre mids, he'll give you a great option. And then we've got Kevin De Bruyne, the last guy I would say in a centre mid option. You might be able to use him in a CDM, but I think he's better in the more advanced roles with the 5-star skills and the 4. I've done it again. 5-star weak foot, 4-star skills. I keep like reading it like 5-star, and then I keep reading the thing under it. It's just not going well at all. But yeah, Kevin De Bruyne. And then we're gonna go for, I think I remembered 3 options off the top of my head who maybe on the cheaper side for you guys. If you don't want to obviously use them or it's not working for you, you got Morgan Sanson, 4-star skills, 4-star weak foot, load of pace about him, really all round stats in the French league, great player. On the cheaper side for you, you've also got Oxlade-Chamberlain, another guy who I would recommend in a narrow formation as one of the wider centre mids. Load of pace about him, quality player. As you notice, a lot of these players, like I've shown, all have 70 plus pace. If they don't have 70 plus pace, you're going to be lost in that midfield, trust me. So these are all players with over 70. That's like a key thing for me really when looking into midfielders. But that will be it for the midfielders, I believe. We'll bring up the attackers either Thursday or Friday. But yeah, that will be it for the video. Don't forget to either like, subscribe, and peace.